Hey, hello everyone. Great to be with you today, middle of the week. And I'm here with Becky, Hann, Miss Becky, our Director of Children's Ministries. And we're going to talk a little bit about Sunday, our Family Sunday that we just had. And Becky, it was really great to be able to share Family Sunday with you on stage and to be able to talk a little bit and reflect on Deuteronomy 6, starting in that passage, and what God is asking us to do in teaching our families. But let me back up from that a little bit before we get into some of the solid points and just ask you, what did you think about Sunday? What were your takeaways from Sunday, and how did that strike you in terms of just our whole family, our church family being together?
It was a lot of fun being able to look out into the sanctuary during first service and the Baker Center for the other services on Sunday. I don't often get in to see the services, and so to look out and see families worshiping together and sitting together and just hopefully being encouraged by what we shared on Sunday morning. I left blessed from that. That was just an exciting time. I was really grateful that we were able to do that with everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
It was fun. A lot of fun.
I agree. I thought it was a great morning for everybody to be together, and having the kids choir as part of that was just an awesome way to kind of start things off, and families worshiping together. And it was really neat to me, actually, when you look at all of the elements of the service on Sunday morning, the way that our different team members here all contributed to everything that went on, from communications to tech, and creating the worship folder that was kid-friendly and had some activities, and then providing some snacks, and the kids choir, and then the worship teams, and then being able to engage in the scriptures. Everything, it involved everybody from all of our ministry areas in that Sunday, and it was a great team effort, but a great way for us, I think, to all contribute to the time of worship together.
It was wonderful, and I hope our families were encouraged by what we shared. It wasn't to make people feel guilty if they weren't doing some things, but it was just to help you feel encouraged, and some things, simple things that you could do to help keep Christ in the center of your homes, and to be intentional about how you're teaching your children the truths of God. And then for those of us that are grandparents or older in our faith, that have served God a little longer, how we need to be coming alongside our young families and speaking God's truth into you and encouraging you as you raise your children to know God and to love God. So that was the point of the day, was just as a reminder to remember what we need to be doing as fellow believers to pass on the truths that we know to the next generation.
A couple points that I've been thinking about since Sunday that you made. One is the grandparent point, and not all of us are there yet. Some of us are.
Yes, some of us are.
But I'm at the point where I can look ahead and see how fun that will be, though, hopefully. It's such a key aspect of teaching our families of who Christ is, and grandparents have such an incredibly important role to play in that. And I've seen that with my own, our parents, my parents and Sue's parents, and the lives of our kids. And because you have the great joy of just being able to pour into them and spoil them a little bit. But kids feel so much love from their grandparents. And so then the things that they tell them and teach them, I think they really hold close and they remember, because these are people that are just, like, as far as they know, they're only dedicated to loving them and helping them have fun and helping them navigate through life. And I think those lessons they'll remember from grandparents forever.
And I enjoy, even this morning, I received from my oldest grandchild a text message reaching out and saying, "Grandma, would you pray for me today?" And so I was able to text back and said, "You got it, buddy. I'll be praying for you." And so awesome. Even with our technology today, he doesn't live close to us. I'm able to stay connected as a grandparent and pray over my grandchildren. And so that is a beautiful gift that we have. And I'm so grateful that our grandchildren reach out to us like that and ask for prayer. They're aware that we will pray for them. And that is so important as grandparents, to make sure our grandchildren know that we are a place for them to come and reach out to us, and that we will lift them up in prayer and pray over their needs and for them.
And it's a great point too for parents to just welcome that influence, into the lives of your kids that your own parents can bring to that and through the generations. Hugely important. The other thing that I love that I've been thinking about through the last couple days of really nice fall weather is, you talked about just having a conversation with your kids every day around what God is doing and how He's made the world and the beauty that's in it. And you talked about fall, and that really stuck with me too. Just the opportunities that we have for teachable moments to point to God's goodness and His power and His greatness and what He's given us, and to just keep having that as a continuous conversation through the activities of life. It doesn't have to be, here's our 5-minute devotional after dinner.
Exactly.
But we talk about what's around us and what God has done and the way that we see that everywhere. So I thought that was a great point that you brought out.
In Deuteronomy 6, where it says, as we walk along the road and as we sit in our home, wherever we are, we have opportunities to share about the goodness and the bigness of God. And He's just everywhere.
Yeah.
And we just need to take the time to see that.
Definitely.
So.
Well, it's great to reflect on that, and we've appreciated some of the feedback that we've received from many of you about Family Sunday.
Yes,
and so let's continue to commit ourselves to teaching our kids and to having that happen in the life of our church, and encouraging our parents in that, and seeing the generations get involved in that. And we hope that you are using that bookmark with the tassel.
Yes.
And let that be a reminder for us to continue in what God has called us to in this. So thanks for joining us for a few minutes today to talk about that. God bless you.
Thank you.